Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Brandwers Podcast. I'm your host, Arab, along with my co-host, Edwin here. And today we have on a very special guest, ex-leader of the mob after getting chased out by law enforcement, released, is no longer part of the mob. Decided to shut it down. Today we have Classify on here, the leader of fucking, what do you call it? Cat gang? Bro. I don't know what the fuck you call it.
Comrade Kittens.
Comrade Kittens. Imagine going from being a mob boss to Comrade Kittens. Class, you're fucked up, bro.
We still bossing, bro. What you mean?
Are you still bossing?
Fuck yeah.
Hey, because when I see a little pussy like that, I'm not as afraid of.
I try to eat it.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, all I know is pussy fight. Pussy fight. All right.
Pussy fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that in like fucking slang? Like, yo, dog, the pussy fight. You know? Is that?
Hey. No, that's like when you fuck a chick and she beats your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like she fucks you type shit. Pussy fight.
Hey, we know what kind of relationship fucking Classify is dealing with.
We're good here. We're good here. Shit's thriving.
Yo, Class, welcome to the fucking podcast, bro.
Hey, nice to be here. For real.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say,
you can interrupt.
Don't
worry. Don't worry, you can.
All right, thank you. No, I was like, I honestly like, in the last couple months, I was like, I've seen you guys come up, and it's been cool to see. I was like, I saw you the house announcement, I know you guys are big. Well, Arab anyway, like, cause I know I met you first, and then through you I met Quick, and I'm like, I just know you're like super big in the Fortnite scene. I'm like, and Quick, I don't know do you play Fortnite too a lot?
I do like recently, as of like the last 2 weeks, I started streaming in the mornings. But before that, for the last like 6 months to a year, not really. I only did just chatting. I did just chatting. I played games like whenever I wanted to, but now I'm trying to work it into my schedule because they won't fucking partner me unless I play more games. So I have to pick a game to play.
Quick is really big in the fight night scene, so he's a pussy. Yeah, like, you know, like pussy fight. He's part of that.
Yeah, pussy do fight. I beat a pussy fighting. You understand? So.
No, yeah, I've seen you like all I see every day on the TL. Who's trying to play this Fortnite $2,000 tournament? And I'm like, what the fuck, yo? They still going ham in that shit.
Fuck that game.
I was like,
fuck that
nah,
game.
it's sick. everyone's like playing it, but like fuck that game. And then 2 hours later, all right, who's trying to 3 trios?
Wait, did you ever play that shit? You ever played Fortnite?
I mean, when it was like, no, I wouldn't even say when it's popular. Like, yeah, I played a lot. Like, I played a good amount anyway. I think season 1, 2, 3. I think I stopped around like 5.
Dude, so when I heard about you guys, you had already like been established. Like you said, like we talked about this like before the podcast. You said 2018. I didn't really get into the scene until like super end of 2018, like November, December, and that's when I like heard about you guys and stuff. And so, how did you get to that point where like what did you do? Like starting from 0 viewers, like because you don't. It doesn't seem to me that you actually play a game. Like it seems like you're kind of like a variety streamer, like you know, some similar shit to what I do. So what did you do like from 0?
Bro, honestly, it was kind of like weird. Way back in like, I think 2017, I tried streaming like as everyone does. And I'm like, I bought like a PC. I told my parents, I'm like, I want a PC. They still don't know I stream to this day, by the way. But
you're from where? Where are you from?
From Russia, like originally. But then like,
whoa,
I guess we moved to New York, and then from New York, now I moved to LA.
Yeah, so he is part of the mob.
But no, yeah. So I told my parents, I'm like, can I get a PC? I bought a PC and I bought like this little like software and everything, the webcam, and I started streaming. I played COD, like regular COD, and you guys know as much as anyone. Like, if you just play like regular pubs and stuff, you're not gonna grow. Like, you're just gonna be sitting there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not unique. Yeah. And like at the moment, I was like, I streamed for like several months and I was like averaging like 2, 3 viewers, whatever, 5 viewers. And then I would enter like an S&D tournament, the average would go like to 10 viewers. But like, it was still like, it was just kind of like getting nowhere. And I was like, fuck it. I don't really think it's for me. And I started doing like, I guess like using Twitter a lot more. And that's what kind of like brought me on the next level, I guess. Cause I'm like, I would just make like really stupid tweets. And there's not a lot of people who would like meme back then. Like now everyone's just a fucking like, you know, like everyone would just make tweets nowadays, but like back then there wasn't really like a lot of people who was
correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you like really engaging with the like commentary community? Like
commentary, like Courage and stuff?
Like no, like YouTube commentators, not like esports commentators. Like I feel like I'd seen your name in that meme community, like Cy Morton, Wild Spartans, like people like that.
No, I think that might have been someone else. Yeah, because I have no idea.
I feel like they interacted with you and they would retweet your stuff because like I'd seen you.
No, yeah, that's why I was like, I honestly know like YouTube's probably my worst anything. Like I don't have any YouTube friends. I don't have any like YouTube. Like my YouTube's like the worst social media I have when it comes to like connections or like just in general like viewership, whatever. And I honestly, like I said, I just made like memes and they would like go viral, whatever. And then I met the other 3 guys through Twitter, and we all just started like playing. And Frosty got into it first, and then he got Avalanche to stream, and Avalanche hasn't done a face reveal yet. So like after he got into streaming, after he got into streaming, he did it with no webcam, obviously. And then like we started playing together with him and Mako. And then one day they were like, we should make like a group, like fuck it, like we should just stream together, play together. And we did that. And we started a podcast, and then the podcast kind of like started getting traction because our community was like fucking insane back then. Like because of like Twitter and the tweets we made or whatever, like we started like our own like the mob community, and it got a lot of traction like really early on because we would have like 10, 15, 20k followers, but our tweets would do as good as someone with like 50, 60k followers.
Right.
Yeah. And then our community kind of got up from there. And SOAR kind of saw it, and they were like one of the SOAR guys was like, how would you like to join SOAR? Like, and that was our first like anything related to business or like we were just playing for fun, like just 4 friends just chilling. And they were like, we'd love to have you guys on SOAR. And they like now they're like throwing like a paycheck at us per month, and we're like, what the fuck? Like you can make money from like just I don't know, tweeting and streaming, and we're like, well, that's insane. So then our podcast started like doing even better after we joined. And as our season finale, like this happened in August 2018, like anything like us coming together, and it was so fast. Like we were getting like I think I have a month or 2 where I was just gaining like 20k followers on Twitter a month, and it was just like it was just like that's why I was so like shook. Like now like 270k somewhere there, but in the beginning, like it was just insane because I was a very small account, and everyone mob for one had more followers than me. Everyone that I knew, like all the meme accounts had like 50, 60k. And when I first started, it was like around like 15k ish around there. But as like the traction went on, as like tweets went up and up, what happened? Oh yeah, just later. Yeah, my fault. I said it around like 4:30. My fault. But yeah, as like
we're furious. We should just end this.
Nah. He was just a little confused. But yeah, as like the traction went on, it would like I surpassed people that I literally like looked up to. Like I was a big COD kid, like I told you guys, like especially S&D, and it would be like Call of Duty, like Call of Duty players, like pros that like I looked up to, and I'm like I just kind of sat there. I'm like, how the fuck do I have more followers than them now? Like it was just kind of insane because I'm like it just came really quick. And then in December we did the Avalanche's face reveal, and I think that's what kind of like just like cemented us into like a stream because
you guys showed that you weren't racist, like that you guys did have you were what
but everyone already knew he was black before the face reveal.
Yeah, but like everyone knew, but nobody knew, you know, like your parents know you smoke weed, but if they found out, they'd beat the shit out of you, but they don't know type shit. I'm a
little confused, but
no, we're fucking with you.
No. And then after we did the face reveal, dude, that was like the biggest thing that we've ever done. Because for one, we flew to the SOAR house IRL. That was the first time we met IRL. Any 4 of us, except me and Mako, because we lived in New York, so we met up before. And we met Avalanche for the first time. We met Frosty for the first time and stuff. And when we got there, like we hyped up the stream, face reveal stream, whatever, and no one knew that we were like doing it in person because Avalanche just said, I'm doing a face reveal on this date. He gave the date out December, I think it was like December 18th, whatever. And everyone just kind of like, oh, like he's going to just do a regular stream. He's going to go live. And when he went live, there was like all 4 of us in this like they did like a special room for it, like a mobcast room. And it looked fucking sick. And I think it peaked around 19,000 viewers, and like it was fucking insane. I was like, that was probably the wildest stream that organically any one of us has ever had ever. And yeah, that's about it. And then straight from there, we just like that itself brought traction to all of us, I guess, because like that's a lot of people that just found out about us. Like face people were
not
tweeting
that much,
it,
but yeah, 19,000.
you know. But after we came home, that like we started going to events, you know, like Call of Duty events. Like back then they had LANs.
Yeah,
like I actually
like I did
so dumb. I was like, it's so dumb they took those away because those were almost every month, and they were like probably the funnest events that like I've ever been to. And there was Fort Worth, like Call of Duty Fort Worth, and then that was in March, and then in somewhere in like June at Fort Worth, at Call of Duty Fort Worth in 2019 of March, that's where we kind of met Nadeshot for the first time, like face to face. And like our store contract was already almost up, and we just like met up, and he just hit us with the like, I want you guys to join 100T. Like, I like what you've been doing. It's like great, crazy. And like when we heard that, we're like, no fucking way. Like, cause back then, like you guys gotta keep in mind now there's a lot of people on 100T, but like back then there was like five creators. It was like literally Valkyrie, Noah J, Courage. And Courage was still not, when he told us he wanted us on 100T, Courage wasn't even on there yet. They were just about to announce him. So I'm like, he wasn't even on it yet. And I'm like, so honestly, it's kind of crazy because I'm like, we're pretty like OG on the org when it comes to like creators. Yeah. Because there's so many more now.
When people think of 100 Thieves, they think of Classify, not Nadeshot and shit.
Like, no, yeah, for sure. Obviously.
Dude, they were all like A-tier creators too. Like they were all like, all the people you just named were fucking nuts. Like that's crazy.
And that's why we were like Courage, Valkyrie, Noah. And I'm like, us, like we're fucking like tiny. And so then in June they announced us at Anaheim, which was super dope because it was another Call of Duty event. We got announced at the COD event, and it was just sick. Like it was like a really cool experience. But that's how kind of like we.
Do you feel like you milked that opportunity enough?
What, like being on
100 Thieves?
I think COVID had a lot to do with like I genuinely don't think we did. Like and that sucks because as we joined. I 100%.
Okay.
Like huge. Like we would be triple, if like double, if not triple our size if COVID wasn't a thing. They didn't pick us up to like be YouTubers or be this or that. They picked us up because we had really good Twitter traction, and we had like we were the hype men at events. You know what I mean? Like every event you went to, like we were like the hype men of the org, like, and we loved events. That's where we thrive. We made connections from events. Right. We had a great time with people, like just in general, like, and as soon as we joined, boom, like there was like maybe one event, like called one COD event, like Anaheim. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it was like Call of Duty World Champs in summer of 2019.
So you don't think you're as powerful online?
Not even online. It's just like
at events is where you show your true.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'm like we had the 100T pop up, and like everyone was just like hype. I don't know. It's just like it sucks because COVID shut down like a lot of opportunities, and like they sent us out for like a Red Bull. Like no one on the org was like had the like they sent us out when we were still sponsored by Red Bull. They had like a flu tag thing where you literally make a plane and you.
I love.
I don't know if you saw. I don't know if you've seen it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They built a plane for us, and there was like this huge bridge, and you literally run the plane and you like jump off it, like, and you just like glide into the water.
Dude, I've wanted to do that for so long. That shit's so legendary. Where was it? Where was it?
Minnesota. They flew us out to Minnesota. It was sick, and they had us fly like Red Bull like planes, like those like little planes that like do like flips and shit. I didn't do that because I'm fucking afraid of heights. Fuck that shit. But
you
like,
still have your wings?
What?
You still have your wings?
No, we're not sponsored no more. So no, my wings are gone.
Unlucky. So,
but, yeah.
So you guys, 100T, COVID sucks. And how did that
Those
lead
are in
into
the same
mob?
sentence. 100 Thieves sucks and COVID sucks, but you just mix it in.
Yeah. Wait, did I? Anyways, look. What I was gonna ask you was how did COVID and being on 100 Thieves and all this stuff, how did that lead into the mob breaking up? Because that was recent. That was like what, like
that was in 2021. That was in like the new year. I think it was like January or maybe February. But yeah, honestly,
was that recent?
Yeah, no, dude, it was like very recent.
It just happened like a couple months ago.
Whoa.
basically,
we're in the third month of the year, bro. So within the last 3 months, it happened.
Yeah. So basically, like, for one, just being stuck in at home, it kind of sucked because it, like I said, like we loved going out, and it's like every day, like even like the house kind of became like depressing because like everyone would just stay in their rooms. Like there's not really much you can do, and on top of that, I think the main thing, well, like for one, because we couldn't go out, we couldn't go anywhere to events. One of our members, like he was just like, he was just not having a good time mentally, and that like
Mako.
impacted a lot. Yeah, Mako, like that's kind of like he literally said, like he's like, I don't think I want to pursue content creation. That's why he left, and like that's like his own thing, and like that it just happens. Like sometimes it's like college. You want to try something out, you try it out.
Right.
You don't like it that much, you change your mind, you go
Right.
for another.
It happens for sure.
Yeah.
So we were like, all right, well that's that. And then him and Avalanche were like best friends. Like and like they were closer than like me or Frosty. So from there, Avalanche was also like mentally like kind of down a little bit during all this COVID stuff. Family, he hasn't seen his family for like a year and a half, which is like crazy.
Damn, that sucks.
No, yeah. So and I don't know. So he like when he came back, he's like, I think I want to just focus on like my own brand, and I totally get it from his point. He was like, without like Mako, like I don't know if like we should even continue like the mob. Like it's just
totally
three of
should have. First of all.
Yeah, I was like, and he's like, I don't know if we should continue the mob, like just three of us. And on top of that, he's like, I want to just kind of, because literally all of us from the start, we never had our own like pathing, if that makes sense. Like we were a group from the start, we're still the group. Like he's like, I never really had a chance to like just stream for me and stuff.
Yeah.
And I totally get that. He like, people are different because like he's like he's like, you can post YouTube videos, you can stream, you can do mob videos. He's like, I'm not like that. Like he's like, I want to learn how to do like for me first, and then like a group or something maybe down the line.
Fair. Kind of like the same as like being in a relationship with someone. Like you gotta make sure that you yourself are happy. So like
yeah, exactly. And then Frosty's a big family man, but he moved out to LA because of the group. So his was like kind of like the opposite. Like he was like, and that's why he's not really in the house anymore. He moved back to Chicago. He was only here for the group videos, like for the mob, and which I respect. I'm like, because his family hasn't been like together since like a couple of years ago. Like now they're finally together all, and he was living here, if that makes sense. And so as soon as like the mob kind of broke up, he like moved back, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Like so now it's me and Ava in the house.
How old are you?
We're just chilling. 22.
So Ava wanted to break up the mob once Mako left.
Not really like he wanted to break up. It was already kind of broken up because like of that. So he was just like, he wanted to pursue his own.
You don't feel like you could have continued that and also Ava continued and pursued his own brand?
It's just like one of those things. Like it's just like to each their own, I guess. Like me and Frosty wanted to continue. We were just kind of like I think we can do it. Like I think we can make it work, because like we did like a charity stream, just three of us, after Mako already like announced, and it was like really good. Like it was a really good charity stream. Like it was dope. But it's just one of those things. Like it's just like if there was ever a time to kind of just like find your own pathing and stuff, like it was now.
Yeah,
exactly. So I'm like, there's no hard feelings at all. Like he's still my best friend. He's still downstairs. He was just in the room actually. Like who
raise your voice so you can hear you talking shit about him.
All right. No, we're deep. I could fucking yell and he won't hear me. He's like all the way across the house. But yeah, that's pretty much it now. But that's why I'm kind of like, it's also like good and bad, I guess, because I never really did my own thing either. Because like I said, from when we started, it was straight just a group thing from the beginning. So now I'm just kind of focusing on my own stuff.
I feel like I always saw you guys on Twitter, and like there was that thing of the mob. I never knew what Mako did. I always saw you and Frosty, your tweets would pop off. Ava, I'd see in pictures with girls just so that there were pictures. What did Mako do?
They just both didn't really use social media like that much.
Okay. So it was just they were just part of like the kind of like our own.
Part of the actual crew. They're part of like the filming.
Yeah, it's just
film boys.
Yeah.
No. They're part of like, we were all like part of the mob, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, for sure,
Their presence was more felt through their actual footage of each other. And
like Mako was more of like a community. Like I always give him props. I'm like, when it came to like the mob community, like he was always like friends with everyone in the community. So like I'm like, we all had our own like, I guess, strengths in the group. I'm like, Avalanche was more of like the communications guy, like not communicating, but like he's just really good with people. So like he had really good relationships with people. Frosty was always making like tweets.
I was more of like on Twitter. Yeah.
I was more of like the YouTube side, and Mako was just more like
were you doing YouTube? I thought you said YouTube was your weakest.
It is, but when it came to like mob content, I was the only one that like
how often were you guys pumping out content?
Not as often like as I liked, but that just goes back to like motivation. Just like not a lot of, I don't think some of them just didn't like YouTube like that, and I totally get that because I'm like, YouTube's like way different than streaming. Like for example, Frosty loves streaming, like he lives for Twitch, but he doesn't really like YouTube. He's like, he's like, it's just too much like stuff to do, and I don't know, he just doesn't really like YouTube. Like I don't know if he like knows what he likes on it. If that makes sense, like vlogging or he now that like we're like our own entities, like he's like, I think I just talked to him the other day. He's like, he loves streaming, so he's just gonna make like stream highlights and stuff. Kind of like Trainwrecks, you know, like Trainwrecks always posts stream, like he doesn't really do like IRL shit, like, and I totally get that. I'm like, if you love Twitch, like that's what you should do.
That's what I pump out on my channel as well.
Your shit has a lot of personality too, though. Like your shit isn't just like stream highlights.
I don't like. For me, it's the opposite. I hate stream. Like I hate stream highlights. I'm like, anytime I ever posted a stream highlights on my YouTube channel, it did like fucking terrible. And then like,
it takes time to grow that shit.
Yeah, I was like, if it's like a fucking vlog of me eating a burger with my girlfriend, it hit like 12, 13K views, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Dude, the thing is though, like for like me and Arabs specifically, is like, you know, I think that we set deadlines for ourselves and we make them very public, so that like our audience gives us shit if we don't, you know, do what we say we're gonna do. So like it motivates us to go do things that are going to be worth filming. We plan ahead, you know, we have bits like together and shit. So like, that's kind of like, you know, for us, it motivates us to go film because we publicly say we're going to do some shit, and we better own up to it. Cause if not, our communities chew us out.
That makes sense. And like I said, I'm like, you guys have a fucking solid ass community. It just kind of,
the thing about the thing I love most about my community, the other day, you saw the clip that I like posted about being ungrateful, right?
Not yet. I could watch it though.
It got like 270K views. It went like public, like
sheesh.
Like as soon as I was ending stream, like in my head, I was like, let me record one of those like clips. You ever seen the clips of the e-girls where they're like, you know, I need to get more money. Like it's not worth me. I like did one, and I like
it's only a tier 2 sub, but why is it not a tier 3?
I did one, bro. I did one straight face. And I ended stream, and I wrote in chat as my community was like dying laughing. I was like, somebody clipped that and posted on Twitter with this caption. And they didn't put the caption. So then Edwin posted it with that caption, fucking something similar, and it fucking exploded. Like 270K views in a day. And I got the replies.
Like 8,000 likes, 9,000 likes.
Bro, but yours got 8,000. Somebody else who quoted it got like 12,000. Like there were multiple like viral quoted tweets.
They were coming at your neck.
Yeah. And I go to like my replies, and like all the irregular reply. You know how Twitter filters show more?
Yeah.
So like all the regular replies were like people who like were hating on me, and then I go to show more, and it was like my community, and they were hating on me like so bad but sarcastically that it filtered all of theirs as like hate messages. So like when I clicked show more, it was like 30 of my like active viewers that like I recognized their names, and I was just dying laughing because like there's such a strong community that when shit like that happens, they just like fucking joke about it too, you know? Like it's community is sick.
No, it is. That's why I'm like, that's what kind of worried me the most, I guess, because I'm like, when we all broke up, I was like, fuck, like I gotta start literally from like ground up again.
Almost,
like, you got it, because they all had their own like communities, kind of. Because like I said, I'm like, Frosty started streaming, then Neva started streaming, then Mako did, and then like I never really like had my own like community or whatever I call it. Like I never had that, so I was like, fuck, like what do I even like, like where do I even begin? So I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, let me, because I'm like, I didn't make the Combat Kins. Like I made that like after I started, because I started a stream team, and like crazy enough, it just like blew up for no reason, like literally just no reason. And it got like over like 5, it's almost at 6K members now. And I'm like, it was just nice. Cause I'm like, I was really worried after the mob broke up. I'm like, where am I? Like, what if I like just like 2-viewer Andy again or something? I'm like, I don't really know like how it's gonna work. So it was nice to just like know that some of the people had my back.
Right. Do you is that like creating a team on Twitch? Is that like a dope? Like, does it affect each other? Well, do people click that shit?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's been really fucking, like, I don't know. I think it's been really cool because I'm like, for one, it helps. So like, I every day, I don't think there's been a day where I don't check because I made like Comrade Kin's like Twitter. So I'm like, I don't think there's like a day where I don't check notice where someone's like, I just hit affiliate from it because they stream, and then like the whole point of the team is like, if you, let's just say you have like average 100 viewers, you on the team, when you click it, it just shows everyone that's on the team, and like, yeah, whoever has the viewers. So the person with 100 viewers hosts whoever's under him with like 2, and then that person hosts whoever's on the team with like 1, and then they just keep going. Like in one day, from one person with 100 viewers, those viewers could just like flow down to like 20 people. Yeah. So I'm like, every day I get like, oh, I just became affiliate because I joined the team.
Yeah. Dude. So there's this fella that we know, his name's Munchie, and he's homies with like other people that do this, or like groups of people that do this. He was telling me the other day about how strong auto host lists are if you are a big creator. Because if you're a big creator and you put like somebody smaller under you as like your auto host, dude, they immediately get like a fuck ton of your offline viewers. And like just he told me that there's like groups of people that do it, like the top end of Twitch do it, where like, you know, people that get like a shit ton of views, like a lot of them might be AFK from another streamer that auto hosts them and shit. And I didn't know it was that powerful. I didn't know it was that serious.
It's super powerful because I don't know if you guys know Mako before he joined the mob, he was Tim the Time Man's mod. So like Tim and him are like really close. And then when we first started off, Tim would like help him because he would just offline host like Mako, and then he would have like, obviously Tim has like hundreds, if not like almost 1,000 people in his offline thing. So it would help a lot, and it does help viewers wise. But Twitch got smart. They will not partner you. They know like who's like not active or like who's off the host. Right. So so when one of the applications that when he like submitted applications to get partnered, they literally said, they were like, oh, it because of like hosts, it's too much of factoring, if that makes sense.
Right. So like I've gotten that at least once.
Yeah. So now it's like scary because like, what if you're on someone's auto host and they're big, and you're trying to get partner? Like that could like at the end fuck you more than it's helping you, because like, they could literally reject you for that.
I don't think it does. I think what they would do is they would just like, let's say you're on somebody's auto host list and you get 1,000 viewers from them, but you have 1,100. They would just subtract the 1,000, and then like,
they do.
But I'm saying like you're still over 75 though, and that's the minimum.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I'm saying like if you're not.
Oh yeah, well yeah, it makes you think that but it makes you think that you're doing more work, but really, the auto host is like pumping up those numbers, so it's like
Well, the thing about auto host too is though, like let's say you get 20 average viewers and you get auto hosted for 1,000. I think just because of your auto host, like you'll generate organic viewers that will end up bulking up your original 20 will go to 75 in no time. Yeah, but with 1,000, oh my god,
for it to take that time for them to like convert, it's over time, you know.
Yeah, of course.
That's always been one thing. I'm like, this is like a complete side note, but I'm like, that's the one thing that I found that in all my years on Twitch, I'm like, that's so hard, like to just grow an average of viewers. Like in my opinion, anyway, I'm like, it's just been like fucking hell.
I'd agree.
You have to do it on other websites. You can't just grow.
No, for sure. Like you gotta like either like blow up on YouTube or do better on Twitter. But like I just mean like
that was
in
the biggest
general
thing for me was YouTube.
What? YouTube helped you? Yeah,
I did like 4 years. I think I streamed to 0 viewers for like 2.5. I started picking up a little bit of traction. So like by my 4th year, I was at like 120. This time last year, I had 120 to 150 average viewers, and then I created like a YouTube series that just blew up, and then boom, 500, 750, 2,000. Like now we're 2 to 3K. Like.
Fucking insane.
And that's 1 year it all happened because of that.
I'm like, that's why I'm like, it sucks because I'm like, I'm so bad. Like, I think I post really good YouTube videos, but I'm just so bad at like gaining traction on it. Like, it's just like, it's tough. I think in my opinion, YouTube's like,
man.
It is. Yeah. I think YouTube's like one of the hardest platforms to just like genuinely like grow.
People think, dude, just like you gotta tweet every day to grow, it's the same with YouTube. You know, you gotta upload, you gotta stream every day. It's the same with every platform. Like people are there.
Yeah.
Do you find it hard to convert them to your Twitter followers?
That's the thing. I'm not even converting my Twitter followers to Twitch. It's just like, well, for one, Twitter followers to Twitch, I think that's like more of like they see it, they click it. If they don't, they don't. Like, I don't think there's really like a conversion, if that makes sense. Like, I think YouTube is the key to like blowing up on any other like social media, in my opinion, anyway. Because I had a friend, you guys know him, JHB Team. Yeah. I was like, yeah. He was averaging like, I don't know, like 40, 50 viewers. His Twitter was like pretty good. And then he had one YouTube video. Well, the Omega one, the one YouTube video just pop off. It got like 850K views, like almost like 900K. And straight from that video, just like boom, like 20K Twitter followers, streams over like 100 viewers. Like, it's just like, you can notice like YouTube, because I'm like, that's the thing. I'm like, YouTube, and he gained on YouTube. He gained over 50K from like 2 videos of those Omega videos.
Dude, there's this kid I know who was on Soar, which you might know. His name's Ethos. You know Ethos? We just placed second in the Valorant tourney. Dude, I was gonna say, yeah. He was one of the first kids in this community that was like cool to me. I don't remember how we met. I actually really don't remember how we met. Yeah, dope dude. But the reason I bring him up is because when I met him, we were both like similarly sized. Like, dude, I met him when I had like 10 viewers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like he was getting like 10 viewers too. And like we were just like homies or whatever. And then dude, like recently, as like the last like year, in the last like 6 months even, this motherfucker made like, I guess he switched from Fortnite to something else, to Valorant, started making crazy Valorant videos. His Valorant videos blew him the fuck up, and now he's on NRG. Like, yeah, like crazy, bro, crazy. Like literally, I knew this kid he got 10 viewers like less than a year and a half ago. You know,
that's dope. Yeah, and that's what I mean. I'm like, I feel like everyone has like their thing that just like puts them on, and I'm like
100%.
It's tough.
You gotta find it.
Like,
you gotta find it.
Yeah, you just gotta find. That's why I'm like, it's tough, but you gotta find it.
Yeah.
Most people don't do it in their first game.
True. Or even like their first. I think because I'm like I know it's like going up because like every year like the average viewers does rise, but it's like a slow rate, and it's like you're just kind of just in there like, how can I get to this level, if that makes sense? Like how you guys said you guys have goals, like if you don't hit the goal, whatever. And I'm like that's like been like one of my biggest goals to just like imagine like going live on Twitch and just like minimum of like 400 to 500 viewers. Like that'd be sick.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, that's about like it, I guess.
There definitely, you got to do something for sure to separate you from that like 200 to the next step. Like I went from 150 to 500 almost like instantly. There was no in between. There was no like 300. There was no like, it was just there. So from my experience, I'd say you have to do something like different to up it, to get people in there for sure.
I just started that's the thing. I'm like, that's why I'm like, I've been trying to come up with like new creative ideas or whatever. I'm like, I did like a Discord talent show, and
I saw that. I'm like, actually, I saw that.
I'm like, that was like, we had like 2 streams where, because it was part 1 and part 2 of the talent. And I'm like, both streams were like 2 to 3K viewers, and I'm like, that was like that like was kind of dope. Yeah. But then like I go to my regular streams, like boom, like 180, 200 again. So I'm like,
you know, you gotta.
That's what I mean. I'm like, how do you hold that retention?
Consistency, bro. Do it once a week, bro. I have this thing I do once a week called Fight Night. It's my it booms, bro. It's the most popular stream I have, followed by like my Cops night. Like I watch Cops sometimes, and so every Friday night, dude, I put on this gold blazer. My alter ego's Dana Whiteclaw, and I have 10 cards of like this person versus this person in a fight on like Street Beefs, which is like a thing on YouTube. And I like do this whole disclaimer about like how safe they are, etc., just for the fact that I'm sure I'm on like a gray area on Twitch TOS, maybe. Yeah. But anyways, so I do that every single Friday night. People fucking love it, dude, and it just does so well that I know for a fact that at least 1 or 2 people every week will start coming through every once in a while. It's like, yo, dude, I'm stoked for Friday Fight Night. And I see them say that one time, and then they fucking come through again and again, and then they become a regular, you know?
Can you explain again? Like you said, you watch like on YouTube.
What is
people
it? Like, beat the shit out of each other.
Oh, you're not gonna steal my idea though. So no, I won't explain it. I'm just like he's like hold up.
But if you want to know what the idea is, you can go over to twitch.tv/quickselect and watch it.
No. So there's this channel, and there's a bunch of channels like this.
Yeah.
Where they have a very, very legitimate amateur fight setup where. And when I say amateur, I mean the scope of amateur by definition is just from absolutely not knowing what the fuck they're doing to actually about to become a professional fighter. Okay. So these people have this cage in Virginia. It's like an octagon, and these random people will just come in, sign waivers, and they'll like ask them like, do you know how to fight? Like, how much do you weigh, etc. And they'll match them with somebody else that's like of their own, like, you know, skill-based matchmaking type shit. Yeah. And then they just fucking fight, dude. They fight for 3 rounds. And they just beat the fuck out of each other, and it's hilarious, and it's so fucking fun. And
so is it like a series that they do?
Yeah, dude, they upload a lot, bro. They upload like 20 times a week, dude. And they have like championships. They have like this and that, and what really started blowing it up was when they came out with the prediction shit for Twitch, bro. Dude, Twitch chat predictions. Oh my god, people freak out. And here's the fucked up thing. I would play the videos and people would cheat. People would
I was about to say.
No, but listen. But now I make fight cards before the video. So I have 10 fights in my watch later, and I make fight cards for each one. And on the fight card, it's both people, but their eyes are blacked out, their names are blacked out, and so there's no way they could figure out what fight it is before.
You just look at their body.
So I give them I show them their body and like their like pre-fight pose. But I black out their eyes because some of them are actually so good that like people actually recognize them. And anyways, and I make people, you know, bet on one or the other before I even pull up the video, so they can't find the video beforehand. And dude, it's literally stopped cheating immediately. No more cheaters. No one can
I'm like,
cheat.
it's good that you said they upload a lot, because I'm like, if they only uploaded like one video a week, it'd be like, dude, that was like, it'd be impossible to do.
They're crushing it. They upload all the time.
That's dope.
All the time. Yeah.
It's actually
so
really
like
cool.
I said, you know, shit like that, dude, like something different. I was like, dude, like I like, you know, I like playing video games. I genuinely do. That's what got me into this. But I like you said before, dude, like I'm a pub stomper at best at most games that I play. So I rely on my personality and shit like that. And so that's why like your Discord shit blew the fuck up, because it makes sense, right? Like people like you for your personality, your wit, and it's kind of the same for me, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure. And honestly, I've just been more of like I'm sure the same with you. Like you're just like doing IRL shit, like just kind of like, I don't know if you watch like Miskiff a lot. Like he just does like a lot of like IRL, like
just chatting,
just like walking around or like building stuff, like just like shit like that's actually like just chatting basically.
People,
I'm like,
people watch me because I'm hot, not because of my personality.
I mean, shit. Why do you think you got like 2-3K viewers, bro?
Good question. Let me write your name on the board.
You actually got a board.
Yeah, he do got a fat ass though. Look at it. Like that shit do be a dump truck kind of.
Let's talk shit while he's gone.
Oh my god. Look at that dump truck.
Bro, he almost knocked over his fucking AC.
For real? Damn.
Bro, your fat ass almost knocked that shit over.
Your ass is fat with a PH, baby. That shit nice. But what the fuck was I gonna say? I was gonna say another thing that I do, like as far as like the Miskiff, like I like building like just random shit, is whenever I get a new pair of shoes, cause I fuck with shoes, like I just, you know, I either get gifted a pair, I get a pair. I always do this thing called shoe and tell, where I let my chat roast the fuck out of me because they're like normie fucks and they don't like cool shoes. So then they just fucking roast me. They're like, you paid $200 for that? Fucking end it. And I'm like, whoa, dude, chill out.
Fucking end it. Did you buy semi-decent shoes? End it.
Yeah. They're like, oh, fuck.
So
that was pretty funny.
You have a very public relationship, Class. How did that come about, and is it weird living like a public relationship?
Not really. I think a lot of like, I would say like nowadays, like I just see like anyone on like Twitter, if they have like, if they're like a relationship, like you go to like, I don't know, Castro. I don't know if you guys know who that is. I was like, you just go on like,
that's the dude that used to own Cuba.
Yeah. Wait, what? Some with Cuba.
He did.
Well, I just heard Cuba and I was like,
that's the dude
what?
that used to own Cuba.
Yeah. Oh, nah, the FIFA star. He's like the #1 FIFA streamer. But nah, just like it's just simple shit. I guess like I think everyone's just like public relationship, I guess. And
there's
to
no
me,
fear of that.
What fear? What?
Like I don't know. It's just like people are weird online, bro.
I mean, they are, but I think we met through Twitter, so it was just like it's always been like just normal to us, I guess. I was like, we literally met because I quoted. She had a boyfriend at the time, which I didn't know, and she posted like a selfie, and I quoted with like, I would drag my dick through like a desert of glass to hear you fart through a walkie-talkie. I still have the tweet up, by the way. The first ever tweet I tweeted at her, and she just followed me from there, but she never interacted with me because she had a boyfriend, so she was being like she just followed me, like that's it. And then like I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then somewhere down the line, I
you
just
never slid in when she followed you.
No, I would reply like just some random shit.
Right.
Yeah, and then like she just like air my shit because like she's a good girlfriend. So
she just aired my shit.
No, so yeah, funny. I was like, because I didn't know she had a boyfriend, obviously. So because I'm like, she was like a very like IRL Twitter, not gaming, nothing like shit. Because she was like a Instagram, like she was really big on Instagram. She had like 200K on Instagram, like shit like that. So I'm like. She's fucking like, and because when I checked, I'm like, oh damn, I'm like, okay, and then yeah, so then like down the line, that was like in November, or like the first ever call was like in March of 2018, and then like I just didn't interact with her up until like October 31st, like Halloween, because she posted like a Halloween selfie,
yeah,
a little bit, and then she posted like a Halloween thing, and I was like, someone would like, is your pussy a haunted house? Because I'd scream when I nut in you or some shit. Like, I don't even know what I said, but I quoted some bullshit again. And then like that, because back then, like that was like the trend. Like I didn't even quote her. I quoted like a lot of chicks because like that was like back then it was just like horny quoting was like, it honestly just brought like impressions in. Yeah, I was like, it literally brought like impressions in. Like every tweet we get like 2 to 3K likes just because it was like a funny quote on a girl's like. Pig.
Right. Yeah.
You do that today, you're gonna get canceled. Like that's just how it is. I was like, no, that's literally like facts. Like, bro,
pussies,
like
bro.
20,
Online is just 20, a bunch of pussies.
2018 was like a different Twitter genre than now. Like now, if you like quote a girl's thing, with, like I drag my dick to like even whiff a fart or whatever, like you'd be like, oh, that's so weird.
Dude,
like
2018 was still pussy though. 2018 was still pussy, dude. Like it hasn't been non-pussy since like 2014, bro. I swear.
I only got a Twitter at like 2017, so I'm like,
2014, 2015, Twitter was the Wild West, man. You can say some crazy shit. I mean, the whole internet was just way different.
But even then, like 2017, 2018 was still like that was my first 2 years on Twitter anyway, and I was like tweeting bullshit all the time, and I don't know, it was fine. But like you do that today, like you actually get canceled. They'll be like, that's so like misogynistic or something. Like you're talking to, I don't know. But yeah, and so then somewhere around like March of 2019, I guess like she's already been broken up with her boyfriend for like several months, and then like she slid into my DMs actually, and I was like, what the fuck? And it just because we're mutuals on Twitter, and we just started talking from there, and we just passed our 2-year anniversary.
Nice.
Congrats. That's good.
Sorry to hear that.
She's actually moving to Hawaii. Mad random. But even before I met her,
so
she just always wanted to live in Hawaii.
When are you guys breaking up?
Shit, when she goes to Hawaii, shit. Aloha, bit. Nah. Like, I actually like really, I think that's dope. Because I'm like, even before we started dating, she was like, I really just want to live there, because she lived there for like 3 weeks, but obviously like 3 weeks ain't shit. And she was like, she really loved Hawaii, and she's like, I want to move there for 6 months, and I'm like, that's not that bad.
Dude, look, man, she needs to be careful because Hawaii does get kind of gnarly. I have homies that lived there for a long time. Maybe it's different because they're dudes, but if you're not a local, they do not fuck with you, bro. They call you howlies and shit. I mean, maybe that's more like surf culture or something. Probably. Maybe she'll be fine.
Isn't all of Hawaii surf culture?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. She's a surfer too, so I'm like, maybe she'll get along.
Shit.
So I'm like, I don't know. I just know that she had like a really good time, and she's like, I just always want to live there. And even before she met me, she said that. So I'm like, it's not like I could be like, because I'm not going there. I'm like, fuck that. I'm like, I'm not going.
You're not gonna visit.
No, I'll visit. But I'm saying like, I'm not gonna live there. Like that's so like out of
the way.
Good par, right?
Probably not, right?
They don't have the best internet because there's a lot of storms. But they have like good enough internet to like stream and stuff. So it just is what it is. But that's why I'm like, it's just something that like, for one, I was like kind of against at first, because like, bro, like we've been living together for the last
and your girl's going to fucking Hawaii, which
dude, also, I don't know, like I don't know if you know, I don't know if you know this, like not to like add any worry to the situation, but like I don't know like if you know this about Hawaii, but there's like a lot of fine dudes out there, like with like 6-packs and like that
I'm
can
sure
surf really well.
He
and,
doesn't.
like,
He doesn't want to worry you, but like, it's a very like party like culture.
Yeah, with like a lot of fine dudes, bro. Like,
I mean, shit, it just is what it. I'm like,
massive, you know, like,
yeah.
They all look like A-Rab, just like fucking.
Yeah. They look
I'm
like
not
him.
that big, bro.
They look like him, but they got my dick, you know. So it's like double trouble type shit. Like,
yeah. Nah, it is what it is.
Don't worry, he's not trying to worry you.
No,
I'm not worried at all.
But like, if I was you, I would be so worried. Oh my
god, you're not, which is so good.
Bro.
Yeah.
No, I think it's so low key. I've never been there. I went to the closest thing I went to like an island type shit was like the Virgin Islands, and like
Hawaii isn't the Virgin Islands. They're actually only non-virgins islands.
I saw that joke coming a mile away. I was like,
I did too. I was waiting. I'm like, bro, one of them's gonna say some shit. Nah, I think it's dope though. I'm like, I do want to visit because I'm like, it looks fun. Like it looks like a good time. But then obviously
Hawaii
COVID,
seems like a cool place for sure.
You ever been there? And no.
No, I've been to fucking San Martin. I didn't know what it was either until my ex picked the place. It's an island somewhere in the fucking Caribbean. It's very nice, bro. Very nice. Fucking.
No, yeah, I love like just like that.
So after like the 4th day there, bro, I know the whole island front to back. I could tell you the best fucking, you know, like mini restaurants. Like it's so cool. It was dope. It was like my first time vacationing without my family. You know.
Yeah.
Which is dope.
You don't
have to do fucking. You don't have to do like all the tourist shit with your family. You know, you're with a girl. Like you can. It's fun. It's a cool time.
No, it is. I think it's really dope. But yeah, so I'm like, I don't even know where I'll be in 6 months because I'm like, she's going there in 6 months. I think she's going there like mid-April, like end of April type shit.
So like, you're not in school, right?
Nah.
How did your Russian parents deal with you telling them you're not going to school?
It was, for one, it was like the toughest shit to like, because I like obviously I lived with them when I like first started streaming and stuff, and it was so tough, like just like working, going to college, and trying to stream at the same time because I would work. I worked at a pharmacy and it was like a couple blocks away from my house, so it was like it was like nice because it was really close. But my shift would be like from 8:30 a.m. to like 4 p.m. and I would work that pharmacy shift. Then I would and those are only on weekends because school would be like from 9 a.m. to like 3 p.m. whatever my schedule was, and then I would like stream from like 5 p.m. to like midnight or 2 a.m. then get like 2-3 hours of sleep and then just repeat the same thing over and over again for like months, and that shit was so AIDS. So when I told them like the first thing I did was when I quit college because I still had work, I was like, look, I'm like, I really need to like, I want to pursue this. And this was when we got signed. Like I quit college when I got signed to 100T. So I was like, I literally told them like, I need to quit because I have to move to LA. So like they understood it obviously because I'm like, they're like, this opportunity is not gonna come like ever again. Yeah. So I told them I'm like, look, and they didn't even believe in the whole thing until like my first ever like decent Twitch paycheck, like because you know like immigrant parents, they don't give a 100%. Fuck what you do. They like they didn't care, like they were still on my ass about it, and I'm like,
my dad didn't believe it until my fucking 8th paycheck, like
and it's just like it's so AIDS because I'm like you like they don't have the mentality, like unless they see like you're actually like doing something, they don't have the mentality for it. And it's funny now because like recently, like I don't know, recently, just like in the last like year, funny enough, like out of all the social medias, like TikTok, like my TikTok's been going up a little bit, and like probably like a 250,000 followers there now. But like while it was blowing up, my mom's best friend's daughters found it, and they're like small, they're like 10 years old, like 9 years old, whatever. And they told their mom, which their mom is like best friends with my mom, and like they like that got like that like speaks of it, got into the family thing, and then like that was funny because now they're like oh they're like. They look up to you so much now. Like they're like, oh, like yon this, yon that, and they're like, whenever you come back home, like they're just excited to like see you again and stuff like that. And like mom was like, oh, like we're so proud of you. And I'm like, where was this when I was getting there?
Yeah.
I was like, where was this energy?
Listen, bro. Listen, dude. Listen. Supporting you will never be cool unless other people do it first. That's how it is, bro. That's how it is.
Yeah. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, where, like now now they're like, oh, like we're so proud, like, cause I'm like, and I still send them, like, I try to send them money like every month, like just to help out, cause they still work like full-time jobs, and like my dad works, like he busts his ass to even like pay rent and stuff. So I'm like, bro, obviously, like I send them money too.
I want to do that shit over at the end of the summer. I want to pay my parents' mortgage off.
No, like, yeah, see, like that's like something like huge. Yeah, I send them like a couple K like every other month or so just to like help out with stuff. And then I'm like, and then like after I started doing that, it was just kind of like it hit me. I'm like, damn, like that's kind of nice, because I'm like, even though like they didn't believe back then, they're like now they're like they're glad. Like,
yeah, 100 exactly, bro. And that's and they supported the fuck out of you while you're growing. Like they took care of you, man. And it's the way I see it. The way I see it, like my dad, like my parents are doing fine. But it's just adding stress, especially with COVID, you know, like it just adds unnecessary mental stress to my parents' lives, you know, like they're doing fine. They're not, you know, like panicking or whatever, but like just doing that takes off like their biggest bill. And then like, then it's just car insurance and, you know, like electricity and shit, and they're fine. So it's like, it's just about like not making them lose lives or lose years on their life, you know?
Yeah. No, I'm totally that mindset. That's why I was like, it sucks. And I'm like, I wanna do more, because like they like your parents are like fine, mine are kind of like in debt. So I'm like, it'd be so dope to just pay your parents' debt off. Like that's sick.
My dad for sure has a few loans out.
Yeah, that shit. And I'm like, imagine just like
mortgage off. I'm just saying.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess mortgages. I was thinking more like a. Like
no, he has. Yeah, he has 2 loans out other than the mortgage.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's what I'm like. Same thing then. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Imagine just like paying.
Yeah, I had to because of COVID, bro.
Yeah, it was like tens of thousands of dollars. And
that's
it's like,
when my dad truly started understanding, because COVID is when I blew up. And my dad's company, which is like very, you have to be there in person. Fucking shit the bed completely. You know, like down 90%. Like everything's gone. And then so like that's where he started realizing, whoa, like online work is really a thing, you know?
Same, literally like exact same situation. I'm like, my dad owns like because in New York there's like Ubers are big, but just to a lot of people, car service, like, you know, like car service, I'm like, that's like also big. So like he owns like a car service company, so like COVID, like no one's really trying to get like in a taxi and like that's why I was like that also like the business obviously went down. I'm like, damn, like that shit's tough, because I'm like I said, I'm like, COVID impacted a lot of shit, and like for the worse. And I'm like, it just sucks. I'm like, we've been living it, like me personally, I've been living in LA for like 2 years, and I genuinely like I made a tweet about it the other day. I'm like, it sucks, is, you know, like everyone just like growing up, you're like, I always wondered like what that lifestyle is like. I just wanted to be part of it. I'm like, I'm finally like surrounded by like people to have fun, I guess, and to just like have like, these were supposed to be like the best years of my life, like even like a party or like this, or like just meet people I've looked up to, just all got wiped. Literally, just like literally like
fuck LA, man.
Well, not even COVID. And the thing is too, the reason that we can't really relate as much as you like to what you're saying is because it's never been like that in Florida, bro. It was like that in Florida for like maybe 6 months, but like, dude, like me and Arab will go like to the fucking gas station, and if I don't have a mask, like I don't have a mask, like I just walk in, and like but like I know LA was like, dude, I had homies in LA, like my buddy Gary, he literally lives in like heart of LA, and he was telling me, bro, like it got real weird out there. He was telling me how like, you know, COVID really fucked up a lot of shit. He had a fucking YouTube channel with like 700,000 subscribers, completely stopped uploading to it, made a brand new gaming channel because he saw like what COVID was doing, and he blew that up. Like now he's like a full-time streamer. He literally had a transition because of COVID, you know.
Now he's a woman.
Now he's a woman. Yeah.
And Edwin's parents weren't affected by that. Edwin, because when COVID happened, Edwin's dad cuts grass, so like you still got to cut grass across the year. He wants to laugh. He just smirked.
I was trying to like act offended or some shit.
No, you had like a.
Yeah. That was fucked up. Nah, I mean, dude, listen, you know, as far as like my parents, yeah, dude, like thankfully, you know, no one wants to go outside, you know, to cut their grass even. So my dad's a fucking multimillionaire. Joke's on you, bitch. I'm just kidding. No, my dad's doing all right. Both my parents, what they do was not very affected by COVID because it was like some, I don't know, dude. It just wasn't for some reason.
People are still watching porn.
Yeah, basically. So, anyways, but I think there's something that we can all agree on, which is there's nothing that feels better than giving your parents and or family money. Like, there's nothing that feels better than supporting the people that were there 100%. For you, dude. Like, literally, like we moved out, bro, and like my mom is not all right. Like, even like she's just so like like ethnic parents, right? Like that's how it is, right?
She misses you and shit. Like,
yeah, and bro, and me and Arab, like we both finished college. Like my parents don't know what the fuck I do, nor do they give a fuck, dude. They know vaguely because like we got on America's Got Talent and my fucking dumbass like nephew and his little dumbass like he fucking showed my entire family. So like all got to kind of finally see what I do, but they don't keep up with it, right? Like they're not like fucking subscribing.
Yeah, they're not looking at like every tweet and shit.
Yeah, exactly. So like they vaguely know what I do. They know I film and shit. But they don't really concern themselves too much with the details. All they wanted from me my entire fucking life was to be the first person in my family to graduate college, and I did it. And now they leave me the fuck alone and let me do my thing, And it's a great feeling because like I don't know, like that's all they wanted out of me, and I gave it to them, and now they, it fucking sucked.
I kind of regret dropping out a year it was like a year before like I graduated.
No way. My last year. You had a year left.
Yeah, but like I literally like
for sure you had to move to LA.
To do online.
Nah, but listen, bro. Nate Shot knocks on my door and offers me money, dude. I'm not going to college either. Yeah. Like type shit. Like do not feel bad about that. Do not feel bad about that.
I just meant more like I wonder if it'll impact me like long term.
I mean, you can always
go back. Yeah, I was like, you can always go back, but it's like
you're not gonna go back. Nobody goes back.
No one's gonna try to go back, bro. Like I'm like, fuck.
No, that's not true, bro. Because because, dude, if I was ever in that position, and obviously I'm not, it's like I can't really say this 100% unbiasedly. I really think that I would take like one class a semester, 2 classes a semester.
It just adds so much mood ruining, bro.
It's so much. 100%.
Even the one class will ruin your mood.
I can't imagine just like waking up and like thinking,
finish them.
I have a quiz today. Like,
right.
Bro, like I can't imagine just like sitting there like on like a Friday and just like, oh shit, like we got a quiz, bro.
I've been out of school for 3.5 full months now, almost 3.5 months, 3.5 full months.
How much happier are you,
dude? It feels like it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
It feels like I've been out of school for 10 years. I kid you not. I go back and think I graduated, and it literally feels like I don't remember when I was in school. Like it's now I get to do whatever I want whenever I want, and it's like
it's nice.
Yeah, it's a crazy freeing feeling, dude. It's like when you've had to take a piss for fucking 12, 16 years, and you finally get to pee, dude. Like. It's so fire.
You held it in for that long?
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Listen, I wasn't going down like R. Kelly, man. 18 for me. Anyways, moving on.
But you gotta change the topic now. You can't just fucking hit that and say moving on.
I'm just kind of
I'm still where we going?
Still
frozen.
Hey, all right. So that's speaking of where we're going. That's an excellent segue to what the fuck is going on with you after like 100 Thieves? Like you said, the agreement might be up soon. Like, what do you have any plans? Do you foresee anything? Like, what's the vision for the next like 6 months to a year?
He said that at the beginning, before we even started recording.
I think
he said that before we even started recording.
Oh, my bad. All right. Well, anyways, so how long is your contract?
Just like in general, like renegotiations.
We can edit it out. We can edit it out. By the way,
if he wants us to, I don't think he even cares.
That's what I'm like. I don't know. I guess we'll see like what's up.
Whether you resign or whether there's a next step.
I'm like, it's up to them obviously, and it's up to me too. But I'm like, in my opinion, this goes to like all creators out there. I'm like, an org is just like not the end of the day. Like if you have your own content, you have your own community, like nothing else matters. Like fuck everything else. Like you really just don't need anything else. But I'm like, that's why I'm like, an org is not like an end all be all type shit. Like there's just always, for one, there's always gonna be other orgs. For two, there's always gonna be like other people that would like to work with you. Like you can blow up without like anything. And as we've seen with so many people on Twitch, I'm like right now, like you guys know like Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
I'm like he just blew the fuck up. Does he have an org? No. Like all he has is his friends and like a couple homies. That's all you need. And I'm like, I think like, and now every org wants him. Like that's just how that's always how it's gonna be.
Listen, I was. It's crazy you say that because literally like for the past 3 months. Well, I was talking to like an org for like a month and a half, right? And I got the price I wanted. It was $5,000 a month. $5,000 a month. Fucking, I lowered the contract to 6 months. They wouldn't want to do 6. I ended up getting 6. I got everything I wanted removed out the contract. We had gone negotiations through like a month and a half. And by the time the contract was done, it was the week that I was supposed to move in with Edwin. So like moving from Georgia to Florida. And I was going to sign, bro. I was going to sign with the org. The CEO responds to the contract. He goes, okay, I'll get the final, the final contract written and I'll have it to you. I'll have it to you tonight. That tonight turned into 2 weeks. In that 2 weeks, I had like a epiphany. I don't want to sign. Like, we have shit that we're going to be busy with. Like, my schedule is going to be packed. Like, it's not worth that $5,000, even though like adds stability in the long run. Like, me putting in the work into other shit and not repping a team, but repping my own brand is going to be so much more valuable. And then like he hits me up in 2 weeks and, he sends the contract and I just didn't, it was just over. Like at that point, like I don't want to sign. I don't know. It's like, you don't need an org,
sense.
you don't need an org. Your brand matters. A lot of people are so worried. This is what Clicks told my little brother, because my little brother's getting offers now that he's blown up. Clicks told him, he goes like, dude, don't join one of these, smaller orgs or whatever, because especially if you're on your come up, people are going to know you as that. Like if you join this team, people are going to know you as team blah blah, rather than you. People don't understand the importance of, like, if Aiden was on FaZe right now, people would know him as FaZe Aiden, but he's not. People know him as Aiden Ross. Like that's his whole thing. Yeah. So
like if you're like, when your name comes before the team, as far as like when people know you, like like FaZe Aiden versus just Aiden, and then he joins FaZe, like that's way more important, because like some people can never escape that. You know what I'm saying? Like when they remove themselves from that team or that whatever they're on, like they have a hard time removing themselves from that. In the
I don't know why
eye.
the first person to come to my mind when you like everything you were just talking about, I'm like, imagine like FaZe Rug wasn't on FaZe, like it'd be weird, bro.
Right, exactly.
Like whenever I think of Rug, no one says Rug. Like Rug. Everyone says FaZe Rug.
No, exactly.
Yeah, like that's kind of crazy. I'm like,
you look like FaZe Rug.
Everyone, I know. Everyone says it. I was like, we actually took a.
You look like a taller FaZe Rug. Like I think.
We literally took a picture next to like side by side, and like we could just be like everyone was like in the comments. They were like, you look more like his brother than his brother. Bro, that shit was pretty funny. I was like, no, yeah. So I'm like, it was pretty funny, but he's a really cool dude. But yeah, I was like, what you said literally just comes down to just being your own brand, just doing your own shit, and like, I also like content creators like try to like tweet at orgs, tweet at this. Like, I'm like, you're only lowering your like. It's like I feel like when you show them that you want them bad, it like lowers your own like value, if that makes sense. Like now they're like, oh, like they want to be on this so bad, like lower their shit. Like orgs know that, they see that. I'm like, if you just kind of do your own shit, you blow up, and then like have them come to you, you have like the leverage of like, well, I want this, I want that, just shit like that. I'm like, I think that's what a lot of creators like don't like think about. They just like, oh, FaZe, or like, oh, 100T, oh, energy. Like they just want to be on it so bad that they like make it too known, and it's just like it comes back to like bite them in the ass, if that makes sense.
So let's say like May comes around and you have to move on to the next step. Are you staying in LA? Do you like LA, or are you moving back to New York?
It really just depends on like one, if like I'm still with 100T, obviously staying in LA. If I'm not, I'll see. Like it just depends on if I want to even join an org again, or if I don't. Because like, let's just say hypothetically, I'm like, oh, like I don't know, fucking FaZe, or like, oh, like we want to invite you, and I'm like, I would probably have to stay here because like they're all here. So I'm like, I would like live with them, or if NRG is like, like whatever, like move to Texas. But if it was just like me, orgless, I really do want to try either like Texas or like Florida, some shit like that. Because I'm like, that would be like, I think that would be dope. There's a lot of streamers I know in like both states, and like just to like kind of live in my own place and just like, I think it could be like a really like
it's beautiful
experience.
In Florida, bro.
Yeah, Florida's sick. Why Texas and Florida? Just because you got homies there, or what?
Because he's mostly racist? Because like a lot of streamers are in both states, and like I just want to do more content, I guess, just show like that. And I have like a good amount of like people I know in both states, and the weather's like really good. The taxes are like obviously like housing, just in general, like everything is good about both states. They're very similar.
Yeah, just don't move into the hood, man.
And, bro, I don't know. Hood, yeah. What is it, like Orlando, Florida? Like I don't know.
No, the hood is everywhere, my friend. Florida's one big hood. You just gotta find little places that aren't.
Yeah,
hood.
That's why I'm like I'm straying a little towards. I'm like Florida's kind of dummy. I was like Florida go kind of stupid. I'm like some of the shit I see, like some dude kidnaps 29, keeps him in basement. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, what did they do? Like Florida man doing it, bro. You look up Florida man on Google and just like so much bullshit comes up. Yeah. I'm like I don't know. I'm like. But I've always liked Florida, like Orlando. Like I've been in Orlando more than I've been anywhere else in Florida. I love Orlando. Florida's so nice.
Florida's like the SSB GTA or role play sort of.
No, literally.
Like that's what it is. Is it not, Arab? Like it really is.
I'm like everyone there just has like, bro, like there's like people with immune systems. Like no one there has an immune system. They just live and like they just do their own shit. Like, hey, bro, Florida people scare me. No cap.
Dude, in the middle of COVID, Arab comes down to Florida, like before we moved in together. And dude, like we're just going out every night and shit. Like no one's wearing a mask, like at these fucking clubs and shit. And like Arab's like in a corner. He's like, what the fuck is going on, dude?
No, yeah, bro. I was like, dude, like,
I can't, bro.
They must have something in their system that I don't. Like, bro, I don't know.
Bro, especially I was living with my parents. So it's like, I don't want to go back home and, fuck my parents up because they have weaker immune systems. I'm telling you, let me tell you what it is, bro. It's the sun.
Yeah.
It's the sun.
I think so too.
Everyone is outdoor and everyone is getting vitamin D, bro. When we all got in my family, when we all got COVID, we all got it at the same time, all 5 of us. And my mom, who has the weakest immune system, she just got done with chemotherapy, right? Like a year and a half ago. So my mom, who has the weakest immune system, had the most energy while we all had COVID. She was taking care of all of us. Like obviously there's that motherly instinct in her, but it didn't put her down like it put us down. And the reason I believe is none of us in the family, except for my mom, go outside on a daily basis. We all work from at our at-home offices. We work from fucking morning till night, whatever. And my mom goes and sits outside, while she's talking on the phone with her friends, watches whatever. Hands every day, 5 hours she's outside. I'm telling you, it's vitamin D, bro. Like being out there and getting that natural sunlight, it's so important.
I totally agree, but that's the one thing, because I'm like, we always had a backyard, and I always thought to myself, like, what if I just lay in the sun, just on my phone, like just lay on your phone for like an hour or two, like just a day. And I'm like, and then someone told me that like doing that like increases your chances of like sun radiation or some bullshit, and I'm like, that kind of scared me. Yeah, I was like, that kind of scared me, and I'm like,
doesn't mean anything, bro. Everything increases your chance of cancer.
That's what I'm saying, but I'm like, that's why I'm like, I want like a between, like, because I'm like, I really want like to just be in the sun every day, do this, do that, but then I also want like, I'm also like, they kind of freak me out, like, and shit like that, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Where highest? Yeah, wear high SPF fucking sunscreen, bro. Like actually, wearing sunscreen like during summer in Florida is like, for sure a thing. Dude,
I've never wore sunscreen ever.
Really?
I don't burn. Like I'm like brown,
because you don't go in the sun.
No, like I mean when I go in the sun and shit, I'm literally brown, so I'm like, I never get like burnt.
I'm telling you, everyone says that, and then they come to Florida and they're like, oh,
gotta agree with that.
They're like, oh shit, the sun is a real motherfucker, dude.
The sun is Florida, fucking nuts here, bro.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is. Oh fuck. I'm kind of excited though about just like in general, like maybe if the opportunity does come to go to Texas, because I'm like, it's cool to travel to different states and just see like for example, my girlfriend hypes up this fucking place. I don't know if you guys have in Florida. I've never had it personally. Waffle House, I think. Waffle House.
Yeah, Waffle House.
So
yeah, she like hypes up all
2 days ago.
Yeah, she's like, there's Denny's, there's IHOP, and then like I know everyone shits on Denny's and IHOP. I'm like, I don't know why.
They're good.
I'm like,
I
like it
for sure.
I like it. Like, yeah, I'm like, when you're drunk at 2 a.m., nobody got you like Denny's. Like nobody got you like Denny's. And I'm like, I don't know why people. And she's like, Waffle House shits on both of them. She's like,
both of them.
No, yeah, she's like, it's the best. And I'm like, I've just been excited because I'm like, I've never tried it in my entire life. I kind of want to.
it's just like real comfort food that doesn't seem like it's trying too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like IHOP, like the waffles are fucking huge. Like everything's like whatever. Like Waffle House is so pleasantly shit. Like it's just so shit. No, it really is, bro. It really is. It's like Waffle House is literally the equivalent of like if someone's like real Southern mom like just made you a shit breakfast, dude. Like just the most shit breakfast ever. And it's good as fuck though. Like, dude, the waffles are literally like they look like they're Eggo waffles, but like you fuck with it. Like, you know, they're just good.
So I have a question because you guys like obviously like we don't know each other like too well. So like how did you guys like meet or like how did you guys come in contact?
We started dating in high school.
Oh shit! So honeymoon phase still going or no?
Hey, man. Not really, but when there's money on the line, you know.
So you're just keeping the family for the money, huh?
No, we're together. We're together for the kids, man.
Edwin hit me up. He came in my chat. What was your first message?
You're fucking ugly. Yeah, I don't remember, dude. So what happened was I think you were friends or knew a girl that I knew IRL.
I know girls. I was dating my chick at the time, so I.
No. It was fucking Haley. It was Luna Shibuya.
Oh, really?
You knew? Yes, you knew her.
She's got me blocked on everything.
Well, anyways, you knew her, and that's how I ended up knowing about you because I think like
I've never heard this part of the story.
Either she reposted your shit, and that's how I originally saw it. I mean, I guess the story that you heard up until this point maybe is like I just saw your shit and then I fucking hit you up.
Exactly.
But the way I saw it was definitely Haley, 100% Haley. And so I saw his shit. I started like just lurking in his chat a little bit. I thought he was really funny, and he had like 40 viewers or something.
Damn, did you actually ask him out? It's leading to that.
No, listen. So I think I DM'd him. I was like, "You're funny as fuck" or some shit. I said something like that.
I think he said like shit in my chat, and then I think I DM'd you.
Probably.
Yeah, we talked.
Maybe
I said I'll DM you later.
Was it on Discord?
No, you came
Discord,
in my
right?
you came in my chat. You said something. I said, "Tell me your Discord," and then I DM'd you.
Yeah. He was real personable, bro. He was real cool. Like, and like, there's two people that I've ever met that have been that cool off rip, and that was AD and him, and that's why I fuck with both of them, obviously. But anyway, so that's how we met. I think I talked in his chat, and then we DM'd later, and then dude, we were just both brown and had ethnic parents, and like. There's not very many people like that in the community that can relate to like the intricacies of like, how that goes.
We also have very dark humor, both of us.
Dude, fucked up dark humor.
Question on that note. Do you feel like ever since you got signed, you've had to tone down your tweets?
Oh, 100%. I get a text every week.
Do you feel...
No way.
Yeah, no, they're on your shit. You can't like... Bro, I can't use the word pussy, like no cap.
Does it affect you mentally?
Look up on Twitter from Classify and look up the word pussy. You won't find one word.
Like, does it affect you mentally, not being able to say what you want?
I mean, like it affected like just a lot, just because I'm like you can't fully 100% be like, because I'm like, bro, we were like the shit posters of Twitter. Like we literally like we were tweeting like fucking dicks and whatever. Like we just tweeted whatever we wanted. I'm like it does affect because I'm like you obviously can't be like 100% as you were. But it's like one of those things like in the long run, you got to weigh the pros and cons. Not tweeting pussy for like all these like opportunities that I got, all this like shit that I got. Like it's just you got to weigh them out and like you just got to grow up at some point. Like I guess
me and Arab would pick typing pussy in, dude. I swear, dude. That's 100%. One thing from the very beginning of this shit, bro. Like I have a text that I'll frame eventually.
Tell me how it started first, because that text came a little bit after too. Like once we started getting traction, one day we were just like, bro, we're so brand risk, and I think I was like, let's make this a thing. Like let's start a. I've always wanted to start a podcast ever since like I really liked Impulsive. Like I watched it for up until like I started gaining traction myself, and I was putting in so many hours. When I was on my way to school, I would listen to Impulsive. So like the first 40 episodes of Impulsive, I listened to, like waited for them to come out, etc. So like eventually we had gained some traction, and then me, Edwin, and our friend Dusty, we were at like TwitchCon or some shit.
Hey, before that, dude, you gotta tell them the fucking before the podcast even happened, bro. The fucking shit we used to do with other teams and shit, dude. Tell them that.
What do you mean?
Remember the shit? So when Branders first started, we were like, dude.
I had them saved still, by the way.
Brandress did not start as a podcast, bro. Brandress started as like a friend group.
It was us
with
fucking
me, Arab. Yeah, it was me, Arab, and like a few other little homies, and we
that were
we
cool with not being like cancel culture online.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we're very against cancel culture.
We're not like I'm not gonna say anything. That. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything that's like gonna openly just offend someone to offend them. Like it's like we are against cancel culture if like it's in the realm of it being comedy.
Let me put it this way. People think I like to offend people on purpose. I don't. My goal is to make people laugh. Do I know that when I tweet a joke, this one might hit harder and offend more people? I do, but I don't. I'm not,
I thought he was gonna say the opposite. No cap. Do I do.
Yeah, but I'm not there to offend them. Like I'm not trying to intentionally offend them. The actual intent is I want to make these people laugh. And if you get offended, that's up to you. If you spend your life trying to make everyone happy, you're not gonna be happy, and not everyone's gonna be happy. So you're gonna fail.
Cancel culture is so stupid.
So we had this little friend group of me, Arab, and some homies, and we had a homie that's a designer. Like he's really good at like just like photoshopping shit. And we'd go around and we'd fuck with other teams, bro. Like I think the 2 or 3 we did was like Congarnia, Mazer. We did Build by Gamers, bro, and we'd copy their branding exactly,
but different, but 5% different.
Yeah, but like we put our logo or our like thing on it, and we would just fuck with them, bro. We'd like tweet at them and fuck with them. We just did that.
We'd accuse them of copying us, like
yeah. So we kept switching from team to team to team, and then eventually it was definitely Arab's idea. He goes, dude, he's like, let's fucking do a podcast. Like let's do a fucking homie podcast, and we just like started doing podcasts. Like I don't even remember if the first one was just us, but then we started bringing guests in, and
first
then that's
one was Shio Wager, I think.
Yeah, it was with Shio. Yeah. So and it was another one of our good homies. So it just kind of started out like friend group being a bunch of shitheads into Arab being like, dude, we're kind of funny. Let's do a podcast, and then that's how it all started.
And then we had a third. So this is similar to your Mako story. We had a third who. Yeah. He was also more behind the scenes, I guess smaller, doing whatever. And he wasn't really happy. I also think like he didn't really fit the vibe as well, just because he was more foreign. It was Dusty. Now he's much happier. Like he quit online basically. So like by our 20th episode or some shit, he like there was an elephant in the room. Yeah. Like he wasn't doing his part or whatever, and because he was kind of like depressed with this online stuff and he wanted to quit, and then he realized it wasn't for him, and then Edwin and I could feel that, and so we just decided to part ways. And like rather than just splitting it off, it was so fresh, and it's too good of a name to cut it off like that. Like so we just stopped uploading, bro. We just like straight up stopped uploading. We stopped uploading until we addressed it.
6 months, 7 months.
No, it was like 2-3 months, I think.
No, dude, no way.
Really?
It was long, dude.
No, okay, maybe we stopped uploading for 5 to 6, but we like addressed it 2 to 3 months after.
Yeah. No, 100%. We addressed it relatively quickly within a couple months, and it was funny because I kept trying to get him on the line, and he already knew what was up. Like as soon as I got him to like sit down and talk, he already knew because he was feeling the same way, and like it's just one of those things where if you are so focused on something for so long and you're not seeing the results you want, it tends to really weigh down on you. And now, like Arab says, he's a lot happier doing photography.
Yeah, I was like,
real life shit.
If your heart's not fully committed to something, 100% in it, then and it's not bringing anything like more, then like there's no point in doing it. If that makes sense.
Yeah. It was actually 3 months. Arab, it was 3 months.
Yeah,
that was actually one of the saddest parts because I'm like. Our mob YouTube channel, for like the subs we had on it compared to the views we got, was insane. Like that was like just like fucking like
that's how our vlog channel is right now.
Yeah, we had like 40k subs, some shit like, or I actually don't know how many subs we had, but like every video would get like so much more than like how many subs we had, and it was just so depressing because I'm like, I put in so much work in that channel, and it just sucks to just see it like it's literally just like gone. Like there's it doesn't exist anymore. Like it's still there, but like. Yeah, it's like useless. It's just gonna be like a fucking graveyard, you know what I mean?
Dude, the thing is though, like I don't know, like I know it would have been a hard transition, but like if even just one of you kept it going, like I'm sure it would have had some support, you know, like fuck, like, you know. But
I mean, at that point, it's just not gonna be. It's not even the group. Every video there was like us 4, I guess. So like, you know what it is.
I think at that point you have to find new people to replace. Like
and that's what I guess like we
recast it.
I was like, we didn't want to do, I guess, because I'm like at that point Mako
it's a
went
weird
out, and then like Ava was kind of like already out, and I'm like, me and Frosty weren't gonna find 2 more and be like, oh, we're the mom. Like that's really weird. I was like, it would just be like kind of like odd. So like we all just like took our own routes, I guess.
Right. Yeah, it's a fucking crazy how it all works. That's how the vlog channel is right now. So we have the vlog channel that we just started, and it's like what 17k subs, and it gets like
17k subs,
30
50,
to
30,
30, 50k, whatever.
It's
fresh.
Really
it's fresh, so we gotta keep it up.
I think we always talk about this. I think that the vlog channel is gonna explode way harder than the podcast channel, but I think the podcast channel is gonna have much more longevity. You know, because like the thing is, like, you know, like we're gonna live together for as long as it makes sense to, and keep killing it and keep building a team and this and that. But if the day ever comes where like we're not together, we're not vlogging anymore, we're still gonna have the podcast. Like he can be in fucking Rome, I can be on the other side of the fucking world, and we can still run this bitch. You know?
No, for sure. So, I was like, how big is the house? Like, it's like a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom.
4.
It's not 4. Stop bullshit.
It is 4.
It's like 3. They said 4. Stop.
No, it is 4.
It's one of the bedrooms, like,
bro, that middle one is not a bedroom.
Oh, the middle one. I mean, it's a bedroom if you're like 12.
It's a bedroom if you're like 3. It's a fucking. It's
a bedroom for Omi. Like Omi, like he's small. You know.
So y'all, that's what I mean. I'm like, how long have you guys been living together?
It fits a bed, and you can
3
walk
weeks.
out.
A
month. A month now.
That room, about a month. That room is pretty small. I would say like that. Yeah, that room's pretty small.
3-bedroom.
So I'm like, are you trying to put somebody in there, or are you just chilling?
No,
it don't fit.
Really. yeah. No. I think we're just gonna run this bitch for the next year, and then
next year upgrade to a fat house.
Dude, we're gonna get a retarded house, bro.
Yeah,
it's gonna be ignorant. It's gonna be ignorant, dude.
Because what we want to do next year is move our team with us too. So we're all it's like just a hub. Like it's an office, but it's a home.
Oh, it's not just you two?
I mean, we have like
there's our homies. You know, there's our homies that like have been with us since the beginning or whatever. People
the original crew, you know.
People that make themselves useful, that are driven.
No, that makes sense. But that's what I mean. I'm like, so like, cause like in my head, like right now it's just 2 of you that are on like, you know, brand risk. But I'm like at that point, are you guys gonna be like what, like the sidemen? Like, is that like the ultimate goal?
Yeah. Sidemen. Can I say what our ultimate goals are? Or do I
world domination.
No, it's like sidemen, kind of like Team 10 kind of shit, but obviously not that.
It makes sense.
Well,
so you're taking 10%?
This motherfucker.
Of course, wait, pause. Of course we will take 1%. If we're bringing people that are small and we're giving them these massive platforms, 100%. It does, dude.
Yeah.
It's just
business. You already started with them.
Huh?
No, not them.
No, bro, that's just business. Like, because it's in the content creator space, everyone's like, oh, blah blah. Reality is, Jake Paul made many careers, bro. Many careers, and people like to bitch about it because it's Jake Paul, but
I was gonna say what you want, but without Jake Paul, Alyssa Violet wouldn't be where she is today, bro. Like,
anybody in that team wouldn't be where they are today without and that's the reality. People are, and it's greed. It's greed, and it's not greed from the person who's running that. You know, like when you're taking such a small percent like that, whatever. People don't understand that fucking 0% of, you know, what's it called? 0% of 0 is fucking nothing, or like 100%.
No, you're saying 100% of nothing is nothing.
Yeah, 100% of nothing is nothing. So like, if you're making fucking nothing, or you're making, you know, whatever, a few $100 a month, maybe a few thousand, and you have the ability to make fucking 50K a month, but someone's taking 25% or whatever it is, you're still making exponentially way more because of that opportunity. And where it comes into a problem is when people's friends start egging them on, and they go, dude,
oh my God,
dude, they're taking advantage of you, blah, blah. Like, you know, they're fucking taking blah, blah, blah. And look at you. And reality is, it is talent. Like, we're not going to be picking up people that we don't find, you know, like funny or whatever, but it'll be talented people, but it's about giving them that opportunity to expedite that much faster. So rather than rather than, you know, having to go through that 3 to 4 years of nothingness and learning, we would be teaching you those skills, those whatever, you know, like we're fucking, dude, we're masterminds of, like, we're,
what you're saying,
especially in our scene, like, we're masterminds of social media. Edwin's blown channels up to fucking 5 mil. Like, they have, I fucking
damn, yo, give me some tips
like,
after this, bro.
There's no tips other than do some crazy shit and film it, my friend. That's literally it. Like, literally the other day I come into Arab's room, I'm like, because I have like a shot list of shit that I want to film before our next vlog upload, and I was telling him, I was like, all right, bro, like, we're moved in, like, we're finally settled, like, we're in, like, I'm good, you're good, like, so now I'm gonna start making some phone calls. I'm gonna get us into some hot boy shit. So just, you know, be fucking ready for it. That's how it is, brother. You just gotta be fucking willing to do whatever. And also the other point which I wanted to bring back up was the homies that we're planning on moving in with us, like our team per se, they're not content creators really. They like do behind the scenes shit.
And shit.
Yeah, they do like behind the scenes shit, and so that's why, like, you know, the 10%, like, you know, we're talking about like other people that would come.
Oh, we're saying later on, not next year. Yeah.
No,
I totally got what you were saying about the thing with the like 10%. But I'm like, or just in general, like putting people on, because I'm like, I've had literally editors that like no one even knew about, and they gain like a whole platform. Like some of them edit for like just like way bigger people, like just bigger people now. And I'm like, they like eventually, like, because like they were on the team, and I'm like, when I got him, I literally told him, like, bro, I'm not like fucking like I'm not XQC, I'm not like these huge ass people that where I can just like, because I told you guys YouTube's like the smallest platform there is for me. So I'm like, they were demanding like money for like an edit that like I literally just did not like imagine like $200 for like a fucking edit on a vlog. But I'm like,
that's not gonna make even close to that. Yeah,
no, for one, I don't do Yale. I was like, I don't even plan on making YouTube money on YouTube. But I'm like, that's where I'm like, that's like just OD. But when I hired them, they were like small and they were like fine with it. They were like, oh, like, because I'm like, I could tweet out and get an editor to edit for free. Like that's as simple as that.
Realistically,
like,
right?
That's like, yeah, like I'm like, I could literally have my next fucking year of videos for free if I wanted to pick a new editor up and have him edit just for him to get his name out there. But then I'm like, I've had editors that were like, eventually they're like, oh, like they've had friends who are like, oh, you should be like asking for more, like, or for this. And I'm like, I literally gave you like a whole platform, and it's like, yeah. I'm down, like, and I literally told him from the start, I'm like, if I get bigger, you get more. Like, that's just how it works. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, the bigger I'll get, like, the more you'll get. Like, that's just like how, like, with anything, like, it'll work.
You have no idea how influential people's friends can be when it comes to some shit that they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just surround them. Like, I mean, look what we did to Turner, you know, in FaZe. Like, that was crazy. Like, that was totally us. So, you know.
Fuck the contract.
Yeah. We're like, damn, Turner, really? They're doing you like that? That's crazy, dude. Like, that's crazy. You should probably handle that or something. You know, no, I'm just playing. But my point is, yeah, you're absolutely right, bro. People forget where they came from, you know?
No, yeah. And it's like, and just in general, like, you build somebody up, and then it's just like down the line, they're like, oh, like, I want more of this or this, that. And I'm like, it's like, you knew what you were getting into before we even, like, you know what I mean? Like, before you even got a platform.
Yeah, the thing with like like Weston, especially, who's one of my thumbnail designers, like, he's taken care of me, you know, from the beginning. I've in return, like, taught him. Obviously I pay him per thumbnail, and like over time he like came to me and he was like, yo, like, remember when we first started, channel wasn't making any money, like, we kind of talked about how later on we'd, you know, up the price or whatever. I was like, yeah, for sure, like, that's dope. And we did that, and you know, I pay him the same amount that he charges everyone else. Sometimes, you know, he'll make shit just like whatever, if we're chilling, it's like a friendly thing that he makes for fun, whatever, it's different. But like the opportunities that he knows he's gotten, and like he it's a team effort, you know, like we give and take for each other. Like, his name is massive now in the scene. Everyone knows that he is literally the best at what he does. You know, so it's like there's a level of respect, you know, treating each other correctly, etc. Like, I'm not saying that, yeah, I don't know what the best way to word this is. People think, like, I pay my YouTube editor, bro, a lot. It's like percentage. Like, that's how I do it on YouTube. I think that's the best way, because
like off the revenue from the video.
Yeah, percentage of, you know, total month revenue or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like they keep running the channel. He runs the channel basically. I tell him what the next upload is, and then he grabs it, he edits it. He does a good job. He does a really good job. And like, it goes back to like that greed thing that we were talking about when owning a team, right? you can take a percentage of somebody, whatever, blah blah. But like giving him a percentage of the channel has made my life easy because first of all, his revenue decides on how much work he puts in. I'm demanding. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not like, okay, you know, we're taking today off. If he has shit that happens that's serious, it's like, all right, you're good, dude. Don't worry, take it off. But like I want to upload every day. I tend to like upload like what 25 times a month, so 25 out of 30 days.
Are you serious? On your YouTube channel?
Yeah, and he runs it, so it's
that's
like
crazy.
Yeah, he does a great job of it. But the most important thing is giving him that percentage, like that percentage of the total is gonna be, you know, more money than if I fucking grabbed someone and paid him $15 an edit or $20 a video. That I could easily do. There's much cheaper editors, but like I'd rather him just take care of everything, be the manager, and like pride it as his own, basically, you know, and do that. So
I guess that was my biggest thing. You want to build like a good example. Like I always said, like I don't know if you guys know Swappa, that's Courage's editor. Like him and Courage have been like together like as a team for like literally, or like Nate Shot and Logan Dotson. I'm like, I know you probably know him.
Yeah,
but like
Logan
they've
Dotson.
been a team for like years, and it's like it's just nice to know like you have a relationship with them. Like they know what they're doing. They know you. They know your humor. They know like every like, and it's like, and when it gets to a point, it's like you grow together. That's like the whole end of the thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like, that's like dope.
Yeah.
But like that's why I was like, it's better than like switching out a new editor who doesn't know who the like he doesn't know you. He doesn't know what your humor is. He doesn't know like
exactly. He knows my humor. He's learned it. He's been watching me for a long time too. Class.
No, for sure.
We got a question, bro, that we asked everyone at the end of the podcast.
What's up, bro?
Edwin, you're asking it this time.
Well, my friend, the year's 2021, and surgeries have gotten so advanced to the point that when someone transitions from one gender to another, it's really hard to tell. So before I ask you the question, who's your biggest celebrity crush?
Margot Robbie.
Dude,
good. We've actually had her several times. We had her several. That's excellent. Yeah. Now, who is the most attractive male you can think of?
Male?
Yeah. Arab, you know, Nade Shot.
Probably like, Ashton Kutcher.
Nice. That's a good choice.
Ashton Kutcher? That's a good one. Okay, so Ashton Kutcher has Margot Robbie's vagina and she has his penis. You have to go down on one or else your entire family dies. Which one are you doing? Everything else is the same. Obviously
Ashton. I could just like I could actually have like what am I supposed to do with Margot Robbie and her dick?
Really?
Like yeah, what?
Well, he's from New York. Come on.
Bro, it's like I'm still gonna be. I could just close my eyes and it's Margot Robbie. What do you mean?
Yeah, but you know.
That's why you'd go down on Margot. What? No, you can't. He's fucking he's grunting in Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
But like,
dude, come on, you can't just close your eyes. When you close your eyes, you're definitely think like the person is there. You know, it's not.
But the feeling's just Margot Robbie. Like at the end of the day, like it just
but listen, the thing is like people pay good money for this shit in Thailand. How are you gonna pick the dude with the vagina over the chick with the dick, dude? How are you gonna do that?
Cause what am I gonna do with her?
Bro, the thing about it,
tell me.
You're going down on Margot Robbie. You don't even have to close your eyes. You open your eyes and it's Margot Robbie.
Yeah, but then she got her dick in my ass. Like I'm good.
No. There's no dick in your ass. No, you're just going down on him.
The dick in your mouth.
Yeah.
So dick in your mouth.
I'm a fucking idiot. I thought you meant just like.
No. I ain't taking no dick in my ass.
Alright, realistically though, alright, I'll give you the answer for that one. But if it was sex, would you guys not pick Ashton Kutcher?
Yeah, 100% I would.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, for sure.
I was like, if
I'm not trying to get a dick in my ass.
Yeah, and I'm railing his shit, dude, for sure.
No, yeah, I'm like, that's why I was like, I close my eyes, it's Margot Robbie.
Yeah, for sure.
But to go down, oh shit.
Yeah, see, it's a hard question.
Nah, Margot Robbie, 100%.
Yeah,
it's not that hard now.
Yeah.
That's the first New Yorker. You know why?
Makes sense.
Because he's an LA-er now. Like he's not.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's why.
He be eating that
avocado. Every New Yorker we've had on here picked the dude with the vagina.
I mean, shit, it is a hard choice.
No, like 9 people have picked the dude with the vagina out of like our 45 guests, and 7 of them were New Yorkers.
Yeah. All right, now real talk. Would you rather do the first 99% of a blowjob or the last 1%?
Last 1%.
Really?
Ooh, really?
Yeah, why not? It's
I
over.
think first 99.
I think first 99 too.
Sometimes they be shooting blanks though. You get lucky, you know.
Bro, you're not getting lucky. You're getting a fire extinguisher, bro.
Motherfuckers playing Russian roulette, bro.
Yeah. No, that shit's coming out your nose, bro.
Motherfuckers playing Russian roulette with 5 bullets loaded instead of 1.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Like you guys picked that shit like you knew exactly it was like when it was gonna end. You don't know how long it's gonna take. That 99% could take a fucking hour, dude.
Stop.
Bro,
it's just like,
I'm skilled.
Like,
that shit taking under a minute, bro. Under a minute.
Under a minute. When have you ever gotten a blowjob that ends in under a minute, bro?
Bro, no, you're giving it.
Yeah, he's saying he knows what he knows what the dude's like.
I'm just saying that's not fucking possible,
bro. They don't call me throat goat for no reason, bro.
That's true shit.
Hey, that's the title.
Low-key, though, I definitely do the first 99.
The throat goat. That's the title of the podcast.
Yeah, that's the title for sure.
Anyways, right, class, where can people find you? What are your socials? I don't know.
On Twitch, it's just Classify. On Twitter, it's just Class, because Twitter decided to suspend my first at because they're weird.
Wait, isn't it better that you have Class? Or
no? Fuck no. I think Classify was way.
I thought it was better too.
Okay,
I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was better.
Yeah, did you lose dumb followers or what happened?
Nah, they just told me. All right, so here's the story. Like, I don't even know. Like, I don't really like say. I just told them like Twitter took it, but like basically. They hit me up and they're like, back in 2017 when I first like my at was Classified with 2 Y's, 1 S, right? So 2 Y's, 1 S.
You reverse hacked it.
And some dude, this was when I was averaging like the COD like 4 viewers or whatever. Like some random dude came in and he's like, "Yo, do you want the Classify at on Twitter?" And I'm like, "No way!" Like there's this random dude just coming in. I'm like, if you could get it, sure. Like that'd be so fucking awesome. And he was like, yeah, like, cause it was inactive. Like the Twitter was inactive. Like the dude hasn't used it for years. And he's like, yeah, I just like, I hacked into like, I could change that and you could just change your at. And that's what I did. And boom, in fucking 2020, they were like, you got your at in a non-kosher way. Like you got it in like a non-logistic way. So we're going to have to suspend your at.
Oh, they're Jewish.
And I'm like, who the fuck? Like, who cares, bro? Like, it's been 4 years, and now you guys care like how I got that.
But they gave you Class, I guess, which is like at least.
No, but that's the thing. They gave me like options. They're like, you could do Classify Mob, you could do Classify 100T, you could do Class, like, because Class is still clean. But I hate when people call me Class. Like, I'm not Class. Like, there's too many Class out there. Like, there's like Class with like a K and shit. I'm like, I'm not Class. Like, I love the name Classify. No one else
talk
had
shit
it.
about an X100 Thieves member. Why don't you?
Bro, and I'm like, wait, what happened?
Class with a K is 100. He used to be 100 Thieves.
No, yeah, and I'm like, there's too many Class, and I'm like, it just sucks. So I'm like, yeah, it's clean. Everyone's like, oh, congrats on your new ad, and I'm like, I don't see it like that. I'm like, I love that Classify. It was clean. It was me. Yeah. And now I have to have my, like, you know how you have your name and your ad under? My ad is Class. So now I like before my name, I love because I like Classify and I love the nickname Classy. Everyone calls me Classy that knows me. And I'm like, before my nickname was just Classy, and then my at was Classify. Now because my at is Class, if someone looks up Classify, they won't find me.
Yeah.
So I gotta make my name Classify and my at Class, and like Class is just like I can't put it anywhere. So
I totally get that because when you changed, I was confused. I was like, it's clean, but it doesn't fit. Like
it just looks like, because like I'm sure if that was my name, that'd be clean as fuck, but it's just not. Like I just didn't like. I was so upset. And the worst part is they suspended it, and it just like they didn't give it to nobody. They didn't even give it back to the guy that like the dude hacked it from, whatever. Like it's just like gone. And I'm like,
do you know why they do that?
Well, why? So like set an example or whatever?
No, because they are not willing to allow for usernames to ever retain any sort of monetary value. So that's why they do that. They remove names. They remove names and they throw them away. So like because they don't want the name economy to exist, and that's across all social media. Like it's against TOS on everything, just because they don't want people to hoard names for the sake of selling them. They don't want that to be possible. That's why they do that shit. It's stupid. It's fucking dumb. But.
For me, it was just the concept of the thing. Like, okay, it happened. It's been 4 years. You're suspending it anyway. Why can I just not keep it? Like, who gains anything positive from this situation? Like, you know what I mean?
For sure.
So it just kind of pissed me off, but it is what it is.
Okay, so Class on Twitter. Classify on everything else.
My fault. Yeah, we just got into a whole ass. Yeah, just Class on Twitter, Classify on Twitch, and Classify Mob on YouTube. That's about it.
Those links are in the description. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end. Whether you're listening on Spotify, YouTube, or Apple. That's crazy. We're on all of them. or whether they're watching a vlog while they watch the podcast.
Spotify on top.
We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
No,
Peace.
wait, whoa.
What?
Fuck you.
What?